Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Oh, let's see. Okay, I just knocked the freaking cord out of my computer again. Hello, you guys. Hey, cutie pie. Hello, hippie chick. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Tony. Ava. My Bendy Lou. Hey, Corey. Hello, Lori. Hey, Stacy Lee. Tony. Connie Sinclair. The Netflix show. Oh my gosh, Jen, what was that you recommended on Netflix? I was trying. You told me last night, and I tried to remember it, and I still don't remember it. Hey, Leo. Okay, so unless you've been under a rock, you know that new documents dropped regarding the case in Delphi, and it has completely rocked the true crime community, the community in Delphi, Indiana, the Delphi murders community. I think that people's heads are spinning. And I have been looking into some things. I just wanted to hang out and show you guys some of the things I found, some very interesting things. But I didn't want to do it tonight because Curious Jen has her premiere today, this afternoon, and then I know that Jen Lou wants to talk Delphi and kind of her parallels that she sees with Delphi and West Memphis 3 tonight. So here we are. Gosh, you guys, I've been going through the gigs. Alex, you have a little pumpkin on your face. Hey, Crumb Sleuthin'. Oh, I messaged you today because I found this picture that I was getting, you did that comparison, and I thought that this picture was another one that was good to compare. I found a lot of stuff on this dude's social media. We're going to go through. Wait, not Delphi, the Frank Hildebrand case, Scouts Honor. Huh? Oh, the Netflix show. Hey, Sans Camillo. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. Hey, Donna. Okay, you guys. So first, okay, we're going to look at the document. I want to show a certain part of the document. I also found this court TV segment that they did pretty interesting. I've got a ton to show you guys. I have been digging and digging. I'm wondering if we should start with this court TV just because, as people are showing up, maybe they haven't caught up with everything. And we're just going to watch a minute or two just to kind of get everybody on the same page. Then we're going to go to a certain page in these documents. Then I'm going to start showing you some things that I've found. I think that is how we will do this. Actually, Gray Hughes was on this episode. Oh, oops.
It wasn't.
I thought this was a really good little video, 22 minutes. We're not going to watch it all. I'm going to share the link in the chat right now. But Gray Hughes was on there, like I said, and we're not going to watch that part. So if you're interested, you might want to grab the link.
Unseasonably warm February day in 2017 in the small rural town of Delphi, Indiana, a place where everyone knows each other and they look out for each other. It's not a place where you worry when your teenage kids decide to go on an adventure. So when Abby Williams and her best friend Libby German decided to go on a hike near the Monon High Bridge in the middle of the day, no one thought it was dangerous. But when Libby and Abby did not show up when they were supposed to get
Look how high that
picked up,
bridge is, y'all. That bridge is so high. Every time we've talked about this case or I can't get over the fact that they were even brave enough to walk it. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would. Would you guys walk across it?
their families began to worry and they began to search. Then the next day, the worst news possible. The bodies of these two girls were found, both victims of murder. After 5 frustrating years, this man, Richard Allen, was arrested for killing both girls. Allen admitted being in the area that day, and prosecutors say a bullet found at the scene was forensically connected to his gun. One problem: Abby and Libby were not shot. And now we're learning a lot more about the murders through...
Wow, and I never even put that together, you guys. Even having watched this by myself, because we're not just going to... I am not about jumping on here just playing somebody else's video and calling that our live. We're not going to do that. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. But this video I thought was a good place to start, just because I think if you haven't been watching so closely these last couple of days, I never even thought about that. So they're connecting him with this gun that was found in the ground, which we learned in the documents. Sorry, the UPS guy was here. We learned in the documents that they don't have any pictures of this bullet, no measurements of it. They have pictures of it in the ground. That's very interesting. And they weren't shot. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Petunia. They weren't shot, you know.
Documents filed in court by Allen's attorneys, information that the defense suggests shows ritualistic killings connected to Odinism, an ancient Nordic religion allegedly followed by some local white nationalists. They also say there is no way one man could have pulled off this double murder. Tonight, we examine the scene of the murders, the clues left behind.
I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. Okay.
Brutal. If you're a family member, one of the parents, grandparents, loved ones of these two girls, you have to be absolutely horrified about what has now become publicly revealed and is part of this case. But the defense is saying everything that is being revealed helps them.
I'm going to skip to right here. Okay.
And could,
because this is where it gets into the ritualistic sacrifice.
By
and that's what we're going to
himself
focus on today.
Pull this off. We're going to address that question tonight on this program. Also, and this is looming large, and we'll be continuing to talk about this every time we talk about the cases. Was this a ritualistic killing? Was this some sort of bizarre ritual that took place that day? And is it connected to Odinism, a word that was 1,000% foreign to me till about, just over 24 hours ago? Now we know it's this ancient Nordic religion that, according to...
I found a couple interesting things about this religion, having looked into this.
The defense has been hijacked by white nationalists, a group, and specifically some that are in Indiana, that this is somehow a racial...
They are there.
Some sort of racist killing of these two girls?
I'm going to show you guys a video today that will blow your mind of a ritual that these white nationalists were doing in the woods in Indiana. It's crazy to think that you could be just walking along in the woods with your kids and you see people doing a ritual of some sort, or, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like I said, my head is still spinning.
How do those pieces fit together? Does it fit together? And there's always two ways to look at this, and I want you to remember this always when the defense is putting out an alternative theory. Look at their theory, and then just flip it on its head and imagine if what the defense is saying is the prosecution's case. And if what the prosecution is saying is the defense case, right? Because that's what would happen. If you turned around and as prosecutors, you went after the people that the defense says are responsible, is there more evidence against them? Or if that was the case, would you be looking at Richard Allen and saying, well, wait a minute, what about this guy, Richard Allen?
I'm going to skip to this part where he shows a recreation that Court TV put together, but my friend of the channel, maybe one of the mods can get her link. Her name is Humanimal. She did her own drawing recreation, and I thought she did a really great job. She has been covering this case for years, talking about it for years. She knows far more about it than I do. So you guys definitely want to check her out. And then Crime Sleuth, and I'll get your link as well, because that video you did of the oh wait, did you ever post that publicly? That was a great video.
There's some message that is left behind at the scene. So let's take a look, based upon what the defense has filed here, what they are saying Abby and Libby appeared to look like. Now they have Libby lying flat on her back, left arm stretched above her head, touching the base of the large tree. Now, what you're looking at, this depiction, is what we put together based upon this memorandum. This actual image that you're looking at right now is not something that is part of any filing by anyone. We here at Closing Arguments, based upon this description, have put this together. Libby's right arm was placed along the side of her body. A large branch was placed on her left shoulder. The branch extended above Libby's head and below her legs. Two smaller branches formed a V where her legs joined. Both sides of the V extended upwards towards Libby's head. The branch extended across Libby's body on a line from her right shoulder to her left shoulder.
Now, I just want to take a second and say I'm so sorry to the families who are probably just learning some of this information. I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. And also, if you feel like this may be far-fetched or that, just stick with us. Hang in here with me because I'm going to show you some things that may change your mind because I don't know what to think at this point. I'm just going to show you guys what I've found.
Now, Abby. Just feet away from Abby at an angle. Abby's legs are feet away from Libby's legs. Their heads just a few feet apart. Abby was on her back. Elbows were bent with her arms placed on her chest. Abby's left hand and arm near the left side of her face. Right hand and arm near the right side of her face.
Thank you.
Okay, there, a little bit of interpretation. However you interpret that, that's how we are, but it could be different, but it's something like that, I would think. Abby's left leg was straight while her right leg was bent at the knee. Her bent right leg was under her
So
left.
they were positioned, they were posed in this way with these sticks into symbols on them. There was a symbol on the tree behind them. They were, one was dressed in, I don't want to say in case I got it wrong, but not dressed in their correct clothes. Was it Abby was in Libby's clothes? I might have that wrong, but regardless, a lot about this scene came out. Well, let me show you guys. So I found a couple little articles I just want to show you quickly. This came out in May of 2017. Okay, it says, an ancient Nordic religion is inspiring white supremacist terror. 3 men in Virginia wanted to start a race war. They planned to rob a jewelry store, use the money to stockpile guns, ammo, and explosives. There was a man in Kansas who wanted to kill Jewish people. There was a man in Washington who wanted to kill Barack Obama. These men, and possibly thousands more like them across the United States, share a common religious ideology. They're white supremacists who have turned to an ancient heathen religion known most commonly as Odinism. In at least 6 cases since 2001, professed racist Odinists have been convicted of plotting or pulling off domestic terrorism attacks, according to a review of terrorism cases by Reveal from the Center of Investigative Reporting. And across the Atlantic, the man who carried out the 2011 mass murder at a summer camp in Oslo, Norway, has attracted new attention after telling a court he has long identified as an Odinist. Odinism is a perfect fit for a strain of white supremacists and neo-Nazis who think Christianity has been corrupted by outsiders and weakened by passivity. Today's racist Odinists say it is the only pure religion for white people, not one mongrelized by the Jewish prophet Jesus. They see themselves as warriors ready to reclaim America for the white race and fight against a white genocide. Odinism is undergoing a renaissance. Now, remember, this was written in 2017, which is when the crimes occurred. Now is a great time for Odinism because it fits into this historical narrative about European cultural greatness and a connection between whiteness and nationality. Odinists worship ancient Norse gods such as Thor and Odin. They typically wear pendants of Thor's hammer around their neck and meet for rituals in the woods. And I'm going to show you video footage of one of these characters that's written about in this defense document in the woods that they posted on their Facebook for the world to see. It's not private. It is, They drink from a communal horn, read ancient poetry, and occasionally slaughter animals in sacrifice to the gods. So, let's see. It was spread in the U.S. throughout the 70s and 80s. Initially, you don't see an Odinist church, but it's very prevalent. And I just wanted to show you guys that. We're not going to read every word of this because we're going to go over to this article for a second. And this is very interesting. This is from the Historic Museum in Denmark. And this is just basically about the history of Odinism and sacrifices, human sacrifices, and that kind of stuff. So right here, if you see this stone, this is a scene carved onto a picture stone. It's interpreted as a sacrifice to Odin. In the middle, a person is apparently being sacrificed on an altar. A large bird of prey, possibly one of Odin's ravens, hovers above. To the left, another person has a noose around their neck and is hanging from a tree. Gotlandic picture stone from Sweden. A human life was the most valuable sacrifice from the Vikings that the Vikings could make to the gods. We know from written sources that Odin, the king of the gods, demanded human sacrifices. But do the sources tell the truth? And here, I'm going to just drop this link in case you guys are more interested in reading more. There was also like a museum from Sweden. I found some pretty interesting little things in. Also, my friend Samantha Dunn is very well versed in these things. The sons of Odin are Thor and Loki. I know, Toby, it does, but just stick with me for a minute, okay? Odinite is a crystal, and I think it's the left side of the memorial heart for the girls. Similar to the clan. Love this mythology. It's not right, so they worship white race but kill their own color. Well, there's another interesting angle of that. I was reading, it depends on who these people associate with and that kind of thing as well. So... okay. Now, I'm going to take you to the document and we're going to look at page 11. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to introduce you a little closer to this character who is referenced in the document. We're going to look at some of his social media, some of these little sacrifices videos that he's proudly posted and, has made. I actually thought about if I'm going to talk about him and show his social media, do I reach out to him and say, here's a request for comment. I'm following this story and covering, because he's even posted since the documents have dropped. He talks about suing people and all the things. So I wanted to see, maybe I should try to get his opinion or his comment on the situation. But is that fair? Is that the fair thing to do, right? I don't know. You guys let me know. We got to go to page 11. It looks quite different on my phone than on here. Okay, so Odinism, this is from the defense document. It says Odinism is the pagan religion referenced above, and its followers are called Odinites. Odinists are enamored of Viking Nordic culture. Evidence supports that at the crime scene, that these murdering Odinites left behind obvious signatures, symbols in the form of runes. These runes were found formed with sticks, fashioned with tree branches, and painted using the blood of Liberty German. Sticks and tree branches were deliberately, carefully, and proficiently placed on each girl in a certain arrangement mimicking certain runes. At least one of the branches appeared to have its end cut off cleanly by some type of tool like an electric saw, providing proof of a preconceived plan. Additionally, the blood of Liberty German was used as the paint to mark a tree with a rune that looked similar to the letter F. With a simple Google search, these runes would be identifiable as one way of the many calling cards of this pagan religious cult. Yet, law enforcement in charge of the Delphi investigation seemingly and quickly abandoned the obvious correlation between the crime scene and Odinism, despite an obscene amount of evidence linking Odinism to the crime scene. And even in spite of powerful evidence linking specific Odinites in and around Indiana to the murders. Now, I want to say, we not only have a defense making claims, which this is a public defender. Why would he go out on a limb and come out with this sort of claim if he didn't truly believe it? I just don't see that happening. And specifically because there have been 3 officers referenced in this report. There's a long sheet of evidence that they have turned in, which I would love to see. But I also read, and I don't know if this is true, on Reddit this morning that 2 people referenced in this document have since passed away. And I can show you guys that in a little bit. I did save it. So I don't know. But okay, so let me see here. Failure to pursue Odinist links. They say there's nothing that links Richard Allen to this religion. And they say that evidence strongly supports Odinites sacrificed Abby and Libby in some sort of pagan ritual. So law enforcement's failure to actively pursue the obvious links between the crime scenes and Odinism is confounding. It is even more confounding when days and weeks after the murders, a particular Odinite from Logansport named Brad Holder posted on social media images mimicking the very runes found at the crime scene. A crime scene unreleased and unknown to the general public even to this day. Who was Brad Holder? He was an Odinite whose son Logan had been dating Abby. Brad Holder's social media posts seemingly taunted the very police that refused to fully investigate him. The defense believes that the court will be shocked at the number of clues or Easter eggs, both before and after the murders, that Holder openly posted on his Facebook page that pointed the finger to his involvement in the murders. However, a fact that is simply mind-blowing to the defense is that Brad Holder was never considered a suspect in the murders of Abby and Libby. State Trooper Jerry Holman, one of law enforcement officers in charge of organizing and investigating the Delphi murders, claimed in his August deposition that Brad Holder was not really ever a suspect. Police reports written near the time of the murders reveal that Jerry Holman is telling the truth. Brad Holder was cleared as a suspect quickly by March 16th of 2017. Okay, so we're not going to go further into these documents because I want to start showing you the other things I've found about Brad and some of the things that he has openly shared on his social media. Yeah, but that's okay, Crumb Sleuth, and I collect crystals too. But things are going to be used for good and bad no matter what. That doesn't mean they're inherently bad or good, right? They're just things, and it just depends on how you use them and look at them. Hey, Doodle Mom. Thank you. From Wisconsin, just love your channel. How do I become a member on my iPhone? I'm learning. This grandma is new to this. Oh, that's so sweet. Welcome, Doodle Mom. I love that you're learning and that you're here and everything. There's a Nightbot that drops a membership link every couple minutes. For iPhones, for some reason, you have to join by using that link right here, this link, which is ridiculous. Because of Androids, you can just join. There's a button in the chat, but okay. Thank you so much, though, and thank all you guys for being here. Yes, it's all about intentions. No, Crime Sleuth, in no way. Hey, Jinjoya. Okay, so let's go over and look at some of the things that, I want to show you his Facebook. I want to show you some of these rituals and those things. I mean, he was doing magic just out in the open. That's the facts, and I'm going to show you that. But first, and Teresa had shown this the other night, but I wanted to show a couple things from Reddit. So this is an old Reddit post from 3 years ago where someone posted in the Libby and Abby forum, I have a question about whether or not Ron Logan had guests at his house the weekend before the murders. I don't know if anyone here can answer this. I had heard many months ago that Brad Holder and his son had visited Logan on occasion. Anyone know if they even knew each other? Now, someone posted, heard this rumor too, that Brad Holder was at Ron's that weekend along with some S family members. It appears they are all acquainted. If their teenage sons were with them, it makes sense that the girls would go out to the trails that day, especially since Abby's boyfriend was one of the sons. So then someone else a year later says, is it true that Brad was there during this time? Okay. Now, this is I was going to show you about just another Reddit thing really quickly. Greg Ferenczi and Stephanie Thompson, both listed in this defense document, have both been killed since then. Don't take this as me saying this is related, but it's just another piece since neither can testify, obviously. FBI Task Force Officer Greg Ferenczi was heavily involved in an investigation into EF. He was killed in a Molotov cocktail attack on an FBI field office. And there's the article for that. And then Indiana State Police Officer Stephanie Thompson, who's also listed in the document, has passed away in a fire that killed her so bad that the cause was not determined. I was reading that as I was talking, with the fire that killed her and her child. And it was so bad, and that's their words, not mine, in a fire so bad that it left determining the cause impossible. Okay. So I thought that was really interesting because we were talking, the people that are named in this document may not be safe, right? And then they talked about pages 57 through 60, which we will come back to. Okay, so now we're going to get into Brad Holder. There's a couple little videos that were put together on Twitter. I'll show you first, and then I'll show you the things I grabbed. So
I'm going to piss you off. So you don't like my... Well, this one's really going to piss you off. So you don't like my hat? You think I'm the murderer because I'm wearing this hat, right?
Johnny, I'm wondering.
How about this hat? Does this hat trigger you? What kind of haircut do you have, Karen? I mean, I definitely have a dickhead haircut. Okay, fact one. So my last video pissed you off.
Okay.
Well, this one's really going to piss you off.
Hold on just a second. Let me show you guys this one. This is somebody who was calling him out for his involvement in this. Now, he posted this to his Facebook, and he's showing comments that have been left to him that say, you're a child killer. Come meet me, you effing piece of shit. Okay. And this is like 2 years old, but I'll just play the video. Oh shit. I'm not even showing it to you, am I?
Gallagher wants to meet up.
Hold on. Here we go.
This guy, Gary Gallagher, wants to meet up.
Tiff, wait till you see what else I found.
Hey, I hope you can fight. Like I said, just come on down here. We'll hash it out. I'm not going to make any threats on social media. I'll save it for your face.
Okay, buddy. Nice to know. Okay. I'm going to show you lots of pictures and lots of things of, yeah, he's just something else. But first, I want to show you this video he posted. This was a live he did on Facebook.
If you wish to hail him or not, it is not required.
Everybody knows who Thor is, so yes, ma'am. Oh, you are on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, Doodle Mom. Yay. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. And he says this is a Fort Wayne Pagan Pride closing ceremony. Okay. And Johnny, I've got a side-by-side. I'll show you in just a sec of him next to Bridge Guy. And I can also pull up Richard Allen. But yeah, I'll show you in just a sec. And I'll play your video of the one. Wait, did you put him beside Richard Allen? Okay. I just made like an image beside Bridge Guy in this particular outfit. Okay, so you see, we have this ceremony that is taking place. Okay, here's the link if you guys want to finish it. Okay. He was on, oh wow, okay. I'm white, but don't get it twisted, but this is silly. Okay. So let me keep going because there's a few more things now. Here he is. I put him, put these two pictures side by side just because as soon as I saw it, the top half of his body reminded me of the body type here, right on the left. I don't know. Then also, I saw this was posted online. He does have a history of violence, domestic battery on a spouse. Now, here are some photos, okay, from his Facebook. You can go directly to his Facebook link. The link I just shared is a video he shared. It is public, okay, and you can find all of these photos listed under uploads, every one of these that I'm about to show you. I thought this was interesting because he has this neck thing on, which, yeah. Those pictures just gave me the creeps. Here he's sharing this post. A limping man can ride a horse. He's shared a ton of these with different runes on it. Here is some kind of tattoo of some kind of ancient runes, or I don't know what it looks like that. Here's a picture of the tree with, and that was his ex, Amber Holder. He's got some posts with her and stuff. I think it's an ex now. Here is the painting that he drew that people were talking about. You see his signature down here, Brad Holder. You see that little F in red, and you see the man with his leg like that. Very similar to how they just, what we watched on Court TV a little bit ago. Now, here's a picture he's shared of him. This is his altar. So this is where he does magic. And I know it sounds crazy and like make-believe, but this is the reality. There are people out there who do magic in good ways or bad ways, or there's it's a certain that's not all the same. It can be very different, but you're using candles and herbs and oils and things like that, and that's what he's doing here. And I'm going to show you again with the lights on. Here's some runes that he shared, but here's his altar with the lights on. You have this horn, there's a cup there, you've got all these candles. Yeah, so he was doing magic with a K, M-A-G-I-C-K. He shared this on his Facebook, okay, a long time ago. This is a post on, I don't actually know. I thought it was Reddit, but I don't know what it is. It says RobertLindsayWordPress.com. This is a comment that he was posting, someone made about him, okay, in 2017, May of 2017. Hello all, I'm a new commenter, but I've been reading this page frequently on updates on this case since I'm a resident in northern Indiana. I wanted to ask you, Robert, if you have looked into Abby's boyfriend, Logan, LH's father. I find him very interesting, and I see you mention the occult frequently. LH's father is a pagan worshiper, Odinism, who worships the northern and Germanic gods. I don't know if you've seen his Facebook page, but this dude is a straight freak. This is their words, not mine. He takes creepy pictures and he talks about sacrifice on his page. I thought that was especially sketchy, though. When you go to his page, his pictures in between late January and all of February are blocked off dates and times posted. But he also took a picture of an injured ankle around the time of the murders. Now, I'm sure the police have probably looked into him, but in my own opinion, he definitely seems like a person of interest. Has anyone else seen this guy's Facebook? Then he shares a comment to that, where the person names his son and says that, he was dating Abby and he was friends with Libby. Here's another picture of his altar, and you can see here, this is like dried herbs. It's like an offering plate, basically. There's water, dried herbs, matches, candles. He was doing magic. As unbelievable as it sounds, and people, don't believe that it happens like it does, I think. Why would he say, you think I'm the killer? This will piss you off? I know. I didn't like that either, Johnny. Hey, Trio Girl Mom. I'm a silent watcher, but always enjoy your lives, Alex. Your thoughts are super relatable. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Chopper's a history nut. Oh, Shmita, you've been a member for 5 months. Cults are real. Magic is real. Human sacrifice is real. I don't understand why so many people refuse to believe evil exists. Thank you, Shmita, for being here for 5 months. Tiffany, oh, hell no. He says this is more extreme and not even just Odinite pagan. There is definitely more added to it. Oh, wow, Johnny, I hadn't seen that. Is this all the defense attempts to Brent? I don't think so, Jeff. Brent Kopaka had absolutely nothing, no ties to Idaho. That was just tragic that he was tied to that at all. And we have not seen, when the defense comes out and writes a document, they have to prove what they're saying. There was 2 pages of evidence, physical evidence, that they included, including crime scene photos and things like that we weren't able to see. Oh, wow, that is so cool, Guidance. Yeah, I would love that. Okay, let me keep showing you guys some things, though. Here he is. This is the back of his head there, during another one of their little rituals. Out in the open publicly on Facebook. This is not private stuff I'm showing. Another altar. Here he has a thing that he shared a picture of himself that says, "Stop child predators." He shared this, "Odin is watching you." He shared these runes. He shows here what these runes mean. Okay, so the S, sun, life force, clarity, understands that F symbol, God, a communication, inspiration, ancestors. The X, a gift, to give, to receive, to share. H, hell, disrupt, unresolved matters, past. He shares this book, The Rise of Odin. He shares this book, Norse Magic. Odin is calling. Are you ready? These are all his uploads that I'm sharing with you guys. This, I assume, I guess, is supposed to be Odin, right? This here is like, okay, it's kind of like, and this is just my assumption because I found like this kind of stuff interesting anyways. I've done a lot of looking into tarot cards and oracle cards and just, all that stuff. I believe this is something like that, right? You've got all these runes. You put in a cup like a Yahtzee cup, and you shake it out and dump it out. And it's supposed to give you like some sort of fortune or idea of what's going on. And if you see this cup here, because he posts many, many different ones like this, and I guess he's doing it like a daily thing, okay? That's my assumption, the way that I see it and put it together. Not necessarily a fact. Now let me show you guys this. So the past 2 days, I've drawn the Gibo rune. Last Saturday, I hit a deer on the way to work. Earlier this week, I sold my Dodge. With that money, I ordered a new bumper. This morning, I hit a raccoon on the way to work. Not that I don't appreciate the gifts the gods are giving me, both positive and negative. I don't think my nerves can handle much more giving. Let's try to slow this down with an Isa rune. Isa Gibu. Isa, I don't know if I'm saying that right. And then he draws this on his hand. That's all evil, Rabbit Hole Survivor says. I've done candle magic, but never for evil. I've never done it, but I have learned, just looked into it. Please be careful reading that stuff out loud. You never know what you could be summoning. Ooh, thank you. That's a good reminder. I feel like your words are very powerful, This is a legit religion that people follow and are devoted to. Not just that. No, I'm not saying it is just little. I'm not saying that at all. I know it's a legit religion. And did I call it little rituals? I don't know, but no, whatever. Okay. What the defense wrote in this case is for the court to hear and see. It's not for us. So I'm thinking they're very serious about the things they wrote. Jeff, I'll play you one from Crime Sleuthen's channel in a moment. She compared the voices. Which one, Johnny? It's kind of difficult to tell when you just go through the uploads like that. Ancestral European religion. Well, if you just got here, then you wouldn't know that I've already went through from the Museum of Denmark and read some other things about that religion and exactly what it means. Hey, Kokomo. Even these guys doing it not correctly. There are extremism in every religion. People who take their faith and distort it and use it for bad. Absolutely. That is one of my biggest problems with organized religion in general. Okay. I was going to share with you these couple photos that people had shared about some of his posts and things. I'm Brad. I'm Norse pagan. I'm tribal. I'm straight. I enjoy working out all the time and hanging out with my kindred. Here is a post where he says, Hail Thor, Hail the Brotherhood, Hail Patrick Westfall. Here he says, Hail Odin. Then he shares these runes and what they mean. That photo of him where I compared. Okay, now Brad Holder has shared this on his page now. He says, he shares the article. If I had they money, I'd sue Brad Rosie for the pain and anguish he has caused me and my family. And all you armchair detectives out there, I'm taking screenshots of the comments you post, so keep it up. Maybe I can get some money out of this misery. And then he posts, any lawyers out there that would like to help me sue a bunch of people, please get a hold of me. And then he says, thank you for all your support to someone else. Here is where he shares, again, it's the same post, but just taken from different phone, like different screenshots. And then the worst part is all these armchair detectives. So after all of that we just looked at, we're going to go watch the comparison of the voice. But let me take a minute and just chat with you guys. Just like radical Islam, radical Christianity, radical Odinism exists. But you'll never hear anything about a radical Buddhist. Almost all of us do magic, especially once a year. Which holiday? A lot of our holidays are pagan holidays, you know. I don't know if I believe Richard Allen was able to pose the bodies the way they were alone. It is pink diamond. It absolutely is. The Gibo and Isa are two runes from the crime scene within the binded runes place description. Wow. Hey, Steph. Good to see you. Ruckus Rocks, this document has one purpose, to get evidence that law enforcement found on RA's property. Nothing more, nothing less. Chitty Chatty Meg says, well played defense. I now have doubt that Richard Allen is guilty. Crime Sleuthen. Knew it was just a matter of time before he started asking for money. I've followed researched this case for years. Brad Holder and the Odins need to be researched by professionals. Anybody who came in late, you definitely don't want to miss the beginning. Well, at the beginning, I just showed like a clip of the video and read part of the document. That you can miss, but when we went through a bunch found from his Facebook, I'm not saying I believe he is him or not. My head's definitely spinning. I would like to see what he has to say. He certainly isn't taking down all of his social media and hiding everything, which is interesting. I noticed that immediately because in a lot of the cases we follow, if the person hasn't been arrested, when they're arrested, their social media often comes down too. Police take it down. But when they're not, a lot of times they will, you know. That's my kind of magic. We all make a wish and blow out our candles. That's candle magic. I don't know if I believe he was the killer, but I definitely have doubts about Richard being the person, knowing what we know about the crime scene. Now, hey, True Crime Crazy. Have to think he was in much better shape then compared to how we see him now. D-Mart, it has been revealed in the defense document, and I believe that to be accurate because they used, like in the evidence they submitted, you know, they submitted evidence from the crime scene photos that the police took. How many have reasonable doubt about Richard Allen now? If you have reasonable doubt, will you leave a 1 in the chat? Look at the composite and the pic to the left. Okay, let me grab Crime Sleuthen's video because it was really, she did a great job, and she said that we can play it, and then I'll also share your channel with everybody. Okay. Okay. Is it in this defense claim ritualistic sacrifice and bombshell motion? You said you added it to your video, so I think.
Hi guys, we have another.
Hold on, let me see. I'm not going to play it all. I want you guys to go watch the video over there, but I will play where she does the comparison. Looks like it probably starts around right here. And I'm going to put the link for this video in the chat so you guys can go watch it for yourself and give her some support. This channel is never going to be the channel that just sits here and plays other people's content and talks to you guys about it. I want to go find my own things. I like to find my own evidence. I like to dig for myself. I love to do that stuff. I also like to showcase little parts of videos and then hope and encourage that you guys will go watch it on that channel, you know, not to take from that creator. So
Abby, at the time of this incident in February 2017. So, and that Brad Holder had then and still has clear connections to Odinism. I'm showing you some of those now on the screen. Yeah. Not only that, you guys, but take a look at the sketches.
Wait.
And
is that his Pinterest? Because I know a lot of people have talked about it and I have not got to see it. Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm showing you.
Let me make it bigger so you guys can see it better too. Like this, maybe. Okay. Altars. Look right there, altars. So yeah.
Some of those now.
I know people who believe in all kinds of ways, and they're great people. I don't think that, you know, what you believe in necessarily matters. It just depends. I guess it's what you do with it. There's good and bad in everything. So
on the screen, yeah. Not only that, you guys, but take a look at the sketches. And Brian, I did an unlisted video yesterday, I think, for Criminalities Live. Just a little quick put together. Not only that.
Is this what you guys mean by blood bowls? Like this down here and this right here? All these bowls. Oh my God almighty. Another thing that was put in the documents, not all of the blood, I believe, was accounted for. And I don't know too much about that to be able to say with accuracy, you know, but I do know that that was insinuated.
That, you guys, but take a look at the sketches. And Brian, I did an unlisted video yesterday, I think, for Criminalities Live. Just a little quick put together. I'm going to throw that in here, kind of cut down even more, just so you can see the comparison. So let me put that here.
What kind of haircut do you have, Karen? Okay, fact one.
I loved how you did this. Now, I thought this was just genius, like putting it directly over him. Wow. Unbelievable. Excellent job on this, truly. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, what do you guys think? I'm going to put this video again in the chat. We have one. Actually, I'll just do a poll, okay? The body was cleaned and the blood was caught. Oh, my God. Here is Crime Sleuthen's video. It was incredible, Donna. I thought the same thing. She did a great job with that. I don't even think I would have thought to put the body over the body like that. That was very cool. She said that was Bendy's idea. It was both of you guys together. You did a good job bringing it together. Because Jen wanted you to compare the voice, and then you compared the body, and it just was a great job. Okay, so let me do a poll really quick. Go to my channel. Did the claims from defense from the defense create any reasonable doubt about the guilt of Richard Allen for you personally? His voice is really similar. I thought Richard Allen was Bridge Guy, but the voice similarity might change my mind. There is another picture I found of him that makes me more sus. Let me get your channel too. So people can come check it out. Copy. So this is Guidance, her channel, which is also great. You guys go check it out. I need to fix my Nightbot. I've been meaning to do it. It's like so many things to do though, you guys. And the last couple of days I haven't been feeling good. I've just been going through it. And with the kids in school and all the things you got to do, it's like there's never enough time for everything. There's just not. So far, 71% says yes, these documents created reasonable doubt. Wow. If the cap fits, let him wear it. That's perfect, Johnny. You did a great job making my vision a reality. Did you do it with Richard's body too? Thank you, Amber. To me, his voice sounds more like the Down the Hill than anyone I've heard over the years. I saw that you kind of compared that. That's interesting. I had not even thought about that. So he has a son who is dating, was it Abby? I know I'm going to get it confused. Who was dating one of the girls. And remember, there were two sketches that came out. And one who looked like an older guy and a younger guy. Oh, I know it's not guidance. I was just saying just to share your channel. He could still be involved, but alone, no chance. Thank you, Amber. Well, I've just had a little monthly visitor that knocks me out of my self every time. If you voted no, go read the whole document. I'm like 70% sure this guy's the same Ricky Allen I knew about 30 years ago. What? He was my friend's mom's boyfriend. What if Richard was an initiate? I've wondered that too. In the document, they say there's no connection between Richard and this religion, right? But still, does anyone think Richard is a scapegoat who got pinned? Yes, Mel, I am on StreamYard. And if you want a Nightbot, just go to nightbot.com, connect your YouTube, just connect your Google account. And then it's really easy. If you need any help, message me and I'll help you. But you'll see a thing that says commands. You put in, a little small word for each link you want to drop. And then, just fill it out, link the channel. It's pretty easy. And they help you through it. So yeah, go to nightbot.com and connect Google account, and then you should be able to do it pretty easily. Yes, I did Richard Allen years ago. Didn't match up right. Christine G, it's me. Good to see you. Did the prosecutors at this point and the defense get their strategies from the devs of Reddit? A, definitely. B, 4chan. C, verified. Hashtag why nots. I am so confused now. Definitely know what you mean. Anyways, you guys, yeah, the aunt you love to hate. There you go. I'm sick of her coming, but also I feel like if she didn't, things just wouldn't be right, So anyways, you guys, I just wanted to take a few minutes to get to sit down and talk to you about this, because ever since we were on Teresa's the other night, and if you missed that, go check out on Teresa's channel. She did 2 parts, reading through all the documents and discussing them along the way. And then today, Curious Jen is going to upload reading through the documents, just the documents with no commentary. Thank you, Corey. At this point for me, nothing is completely off the table. Too many unknowns. Amber and Jen are both about to cover this too. And yeah, so let me drop those links as well so you guys don't miss it. Jen is covering it tonight, and then Amber is covering it tomorrow night, I believe. So, all right, you guys. Oh, you should see these pretty birds flying around here. They're so pretty. They're like white with these gray bands on their wing, like a thick gray band. It looks like bracelets or something on both wings. Oh, okay. Crime Curious is premiering her. Oh, yeah. Of her. The full 136 pages at 2. I think if it was a cult, white supremacy gang, Richard Allen was involved and participated. So not that he's not guilty. I suspect he was their photographer. Don't know why. That's just the feeling I have. Well, remember, this guy that Ron Logan, because I've followed this along the way little bits, like had Stephanie on to talk about it and stuff. And I remember she met him. She actually talked to him. She has been down on the property when the girls were found. Oh, gosh, I don't know if her channel's in the Nightbot. Let me just go grab it. But Ron Logan actually lied about his alibi. And he was driving without a license, so people feel like they have a good excuse for why he lied. But this is the person who Brad was supposedly at his house, right? So it's all interesting now that it's all coming together. Here's support with Steffa. She's been to Delphi, I think twice, actually. She has a ton of information on this. She's brilliant and beautiful and just wonderful. Oh, thank you, Donna. I could not wait to show you guys that like ritual out in the woods and stuff, just seeing it. Like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, bullshit. This ain't happening. Oh, whatever. It's just fairy tale bullshit. Maybe, but maybe not. Not sure why, but don't care. Music City Mom. Christine, I take 50% credit for all these efforts. Interesting, Jackie. All right, you guys, thank you for coming on and hanging out with me for this quick little get together to talk through all of this. I really do appreciate you guys. I'll see you sometime soon in the next couple of days. We got the money for those pretext calls, and we've got more than enough. Like even last night, we had more than enough, and we both got some. So we're going to get a bunch of goodies with that case. All those phone calls, which a lot of it we haven't heard. I look forward to it in the Letitia Stout case. And if anybody has any ideas of any other little things you want to get, like a video of this or a recording of this phone call, because we know that they talk to her Letitia's family. They talk to a lot of people. If you have any ideas or something specific that you would like to see, please let me know. All right, you guys. T's the bomb, so I just like riding her wagon. She is the bomb. Slink, why couldn't Brad Holder be a part of the pedo ring? He absolutely could. Because then we have the Keegan Klein aspect. I don't know. It's all chaos at this point. Dorothy Lewis interview. I would love to see that too. And we only saw little clips of that, like to see it in full. All right. Well, you guys have a good day. I will talk to you soon. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I think that's all. So thank you to my mods as well. I love and appreciate you guys. Bye.